Hello and welcome to Punk Wars, our new turn-based strategy game set in the post-apocalyptic world. Now in this video I will show you a little playthrough and talk a little bit about all the main features of the game. As you can see, I have already selected my faction. We've got 4 available factions. You can select one and lead them to glory, well, or at least to survival in the harsh conditions of the aftermath of the nuclear holocaust. I have selected Steelpunk. There are 4 factions available, like I said. We've got Steelpunk, we've got Atompunk, we've got Dieselpunk, and Steampunk. Now, Steelpunk uses iron as their main unique resource. Each faction is a unique resource that is mainly used for their most advanced buildings and units. Steampunk uses steam, of course. Dieselpunk uses oil to power their diesel engines, and Atompunk uses uranium to fuel their nuclear reactors. Now, your main goal, for the most part, would be to follow the campaign. I already have the first event of the main campaign for Steelpunk, but since this video is just about to show you a little bit and talk about a little bit about the game, I will kind of skip over it. I will not really focus on that, since this would be to finish the campaign. This would be quite a task. It would take a little while, so I would just instead just focus a little bit on what we can do in this game, what we have in this game, and play maybe a few turns to show you how it goes. So I will for now accept this event. Whenever normally I would be able to switch to different options in this event, in events in general, but since this one has only one option, all I can do is accept. And now I am free to play. So let's start from the top. We've got 3 main resources, 2 basic resources. We've got water and food, which are of course just your typical survival resources. And then we've got this unique resource that I have mentioned already before, iron in case of Steelpunk. Basically, to generate more resources, we will need to expand our base. We can already see our base going along this little wall over here. Now, resources are rather scarce on the wastelands, so we will need to be careful when we want to go and when we want to expand. We can turn on the resources to have a little rundown where we can find what. As you can see, we've got 2 iron sources relatively close to our base, so this would be our logical place of expansion, and we will move in this direction. We've also got over here the oil source, but we don't really need oil, so we can ignore it. We will just simply claim this land, so Dieselpunk will not be able to set a building over here. Now then, back to the top, we've got manpower, which is basically our units limit. We've got unhappiness. Our people currently are content, and depending on your decisions, sometimes in the events, sometimes coming from maybe some buildings, this will change either for the worse or for the better. Now, content is well, not bad, but certainly not good. We are rather close to the anxious level, which can cause rebellions, and we don't want to have any rebellions in our base, at least not now, when we are still at the very beginning and just starting and just want to put our first steps. Then we've got the projects tree. We need to work on one project all the time. So now I will have to choose one of the projects that I will start with. Now, projects you develop by using science points. Science points are just right next to it. we got 1 science point income, and whenever you click on a project, you will see that it will cost, for example, 3 science point, which means it will take 3 turns to implement this project raw power, which will unlock the raw power action for our nomad units. Or maybe we can go with this one. This will unlock the ironworks building, and this will give us access to more units, so I will start with this one. It's a little more expensive, 4, so it will take 4 turns, excuse me. But I guess we can go with this. So let's start implementing, and as you can see, we are already working on metallurgy, and each turn we will get closer to implementing this project. Of course, we can work on improving our science points income by placing new buildings or by claiming hexes that generate science points. Then we've got statistics and trade, where we can buy and sell resources, and of course which turn we are currently playing. So let's take a look at our base. You can of course freely move around and take a look at all the details of the buildings and units that we've got over here. Basically, our main points of each base, main points of each base would be these little towers that we can find in the middle of the hexes clump. Now, these buildings are called differently for each faction. In general, we refer to them as security towers, but in Steelpunk we are using a specific name, that is Watchtower. Watchtower will give you control over all hexes around it. So as you can see, we've got our 1 watchtower over here, and we control all the surrounding area. Likewise, if we lose a watchtower, we will also lose all the associated hexes to it. So this is our main building that we need to defend at all costs and destroy these buildings whenever we encounter our enemies. Other than that, we already have a few buildings ready. We've got an iron ore mine, which generates iron. We've got a drag lab, which generates science points. Residential containers, that gives us some manpower. Barracks, when we can hire some units, and we can already do that. So let's train a single nomad, which is our basic close range unit. We've got water condensers that generate water, and finally we've got a pigsty which generates food. Now, to place buildings, we will have to use builders. We can find a builder over here. It is a civilian unit. Our units are divided into 2 types. You've got either civilian units or military units. The difference is that civilian units have no attacks. They cannot fight, while the nomad over here, for example, he can, and he should be defending all the civilian units. So you should be careful not to send them over to the enemy without any support. So anyway, like I mentioned at the beginning, we've got some iron over here, so this would be a very good point of expansion. So we will place a new base maybe over here. That way we will gain all these hexes around it. So I will send my builder over here, and I can use this button to quickly switch between all units and buildings that still have action points left. Of course, every action and every move will use some of our action points, and well, whenever you no longer have any action points left, all you can do is pretty much end the turn and wait for your next turn. And we've got a nomad over here. As you can see, there's something a little over here, something shiny. It could be worth investigating, so I will send our nomads over there in this direction. We'll see what we can find over there. And we also start with a scout, which is another civilian unit. There are several types of civilian units. There's builders, there's scouts, then we've got medics who can heal, spies, and finally we've got scientists who also can generate more science points. Now scouts, they have a long range of movement, as we can see, so we will use them to obviously scout the area around us and look for some surprises. What can we find? What fate has for us in store? We'll also start the game with a gyrocopter. This is a flying unit. Flying units can move over normally inaccessible areas, so they can easily jump over some ground units that are incapable of moving. For example, over here we've got a little rock, and as you can see, my nomads can't go over there, but my gyrocopter can fly over it and for maybe over here or over there. So anyway, this gyrocopter can also move quite a lot, so we'll send him in the same direction, because like I said, civilian units should not walk alone. They are vulnerable for attacks, so we will support them with our gyrocopter. Now I moved pretty much all my units. I can also give orders to my buildings, and I will do just that. I will hire a new builder, and that's because well, obviously I want to place as many buildings as possible, but also, what is important, whenever I will place the new security tower like I want over here, then this builder will disappear. Each building each construction of a building will consume one builder, so you pretty much constantly need a stream of new builders. As you can see, I pretty much used up all our resources except for iron. That's because iron is used mostly for the most advanced units, and of course we are at the phase of humble beginnings still. And at this point there's not much more I can do except for finishing my turn. I can also use this button, which is a sleep action. This will ignore this building whenever I'm cycling through all my assets, so I will do just that. Let's put them to sleep because I don't need them now, and let's move on. Wastelanders, we can see right now, Wastelanders are unique. Well, not unique, they are neutral units that can just roam over the map, and they will often attack us, and often some of them can even steal our civilian units, or kidnap maybe rather than steal. Maybe we will encounter some Wastelanders soon. Anyway, we've got another event, which is again event related to our main campaign, for the Steelpunk main campaign. I will for now just click whatever. You're right, my man, but we are the toughest steel. Our people will handle everything. I will make sure of it. As you can see, I guess by the style of buildings and general style of texts, Steelpunk is a rather aggressive and crude action that relies on force, brute strength. Let's select this option, accept, and we've jumped a little bit with unhappiness, but we are still content. Eventually you can also place buildings that will lower your unhappiness. Like I mentioned before, you don't want too much. You don't want your unhappiness to be high, pretty much, because this will cause rebellions. So we can move now. Let's go over here. This is an old camp. Maybe worth scavenging through it, and we will do just that. We will scavenge through it. if we can reach this. No, not yet. Let's send first our military units, our gyrocopters. Of course, you need to explore to find new places, new resources, useful resources to you. Over here we've got some steam, so we can expect that sooner or later steampunk will show up over here and we'll try to claim these two hexes. Let's send our scouts. Again, something over here, another old camp. Now these places can give us either some resources or maybe an event like we've seen before, that where we can choose an option, or sometimes it can be a trap. We can find an enemy that we'll have to fight with, so we never know. Our nomads are currently the strongest ground unit, but also the slowest. He will go maybe somewhere over here. We can send him to these little mine ruins. Maybe there's something in the mine ruins, who knows. He will go over there. And builders. Now I would be able to place the watchtower, but as you can see I am lacking food and water. But I'm still gaining a little bit. I could sell some of our iron. At this point iron is not that important yet. It will come to play later in the game. So let's sell 2, and I have gained some water. But I will also need to build another pigsty to improve our food income as well. Oh, I guess I could do this already. Let's hire a builder. You can use this button to increase the number of units you want to hire. But of course they are produced one by one, so if I click accept, it will take 2 turns for this builder to arrive. If I were to click another time, one more time, let's do this just to show you. It will take 2 more turns because of course at first we are focusing on the first builder. I can ignore that, and I can use my other oh, I'm already making 2 buildings. Okay, I wanted to say that I could use the other building so I can simultaneously produce 2 builders, but as you can see I am already doing this, so good for me. Let's go. And there we go. We have found what looks like an old pre-war city, which is what I said before. We can find something in there, maybe some resources, maybe some more or less pleasure surprises. It's right over there. And Wastelanders, we have spotted an armed unit of locals on the horizons. Again, this is not a normal faction. These are just neutral units that roam over the map and will for the most part try to hurt you, so I would suggest dealing with them sooner rather than later, and that's what we are going to do. Oh, another one. Over here we got gangers, so we need to be careful. Where's our scout? Our scout is over here. I will send him down to these mine ruins. We will scavenge the mine ruin first, and we will ignore the gangers. We will move away from the gangers because of course they will need to move closer to us to attack us, so I want to send our scouts away from them. Thankfully scouts are... oh great, another one. Well, anyway, it's still a little there's some space between us. so they probably won't be able to attack us. And we also got nomads incoming from this side. Well, anyway, let's go to this mine ruins. Let's see if there's anything here. We spent hours going to the ruins, but nothing out of interest comes out of it. Oh well, happens, I guess. Now hopefully we can divert attention of these gangers by sending nomads over here, and maybe our gyrocopters. Actually, I guess we should first deal with these thieves. As you can see, gyrocopter can hit over 2 hexes. I don't need to be directly next to the thief, which is of course very good. I can make a hit and run attacks, and that's what we're gonna have to do. I can attack only once per turn, as you can see it over here. So I will do just that. Let's attack our thief. Also worth mentioning, we've got actions available. Pretty much every unit has some action available, but most of them at the beginning are close behind the projects. That's why it's so important to improve your science points, and that's probably what I should do next. So we will play some more laboratories later on. But for now, let's do some fighting. Let's attack the thief. That was a nice little shot. One more and we would kill them in one shot, but we'll need to wait for our next turn. Right now I should probably move maybe somewhere over here, so I can be away both from the thief and from the gangers, or maybe better yet move more to the south. Let's do this. Actually, maybe let's move over here. I guess we should be careful. Oh great, there's another one. Okay, maybe that wasn't the brightest idea to go over here. We've got, well, some enemies around us, so the situation looks bad, but we'll manage somehow. We could also use, there's our builder. Can we place this watchtower already? Probably not. No, we still need some more resources, so we will have to wait a little longer, but I will need definitely some more firepower soon. As you can see, we've got enemies all around us, so let's train another nomad. This will take a while, so probably after placing the laboratory to improve my science points income, I should invest in another barracks to increase the time where I can produce, in which I can produce new military units. Okay, ignore the buildings for now, and our builder waits. Well, actually, as you can see, I should probably move that builder just to be safe, because that thief can move over here and easily shoot at them. So I will send them back to the base for now. And that builder can already move over here, maybe over here, and he will place a science points production building. See what's going to happen. Now thankfully they need to move closer to us, which uses their action points, and they can't attack us because they don't have any action points left. So I will need to move that gyrocopter, excuse me, back to the base. there's just too many enemies over here. We will not retreat. We'll advance in the opposite direction, back to the base, just to be safe. We can fight with our nomad. Actually, we can also use action, so let's do this. We can use barrage, which will reduce the attack of units in a selected hex. And now we unfortunately no longer have action points to attack, but what we can do is we can fortify and counter-attack. Our military units have this action available. It costs 2 action points, which will make this unit prepared for an incoming attack, and until its next turn it will counter-attack any hits that will come from all enemies around it, and it will also increase its defense, so it's a double win. So we will fortify and counter-attack. As you can see, they are fortified now. We can see a little shield, and if the Ganger will attack on its next turn, our nomads will hit them back. Normally that would not have happened. So how are we doing with our resources? Now, I should have mentioned this before. Over here we've got 10 out of 10. Now this other number is our limit, and this limit is directly influenced by how many watchtowers we've got. As you can see, each watchtower increases our max resources by 5. So at this point I should spend some water anyway, just so I will not waste my income, because if I were to end my turn right now, I would effectively lose 4 water, and well, what's the point, right? So we will spend some anyway. Let's hire another builder, and we still need some more food to place this watchtower. How much for the drug laboratory? It's over here. Now it's 633, which is also, yeah, I will wait a little bit for now. The watchtower will increase my limit, my overall limit, so that would be a smarter move for now. But eventually I will place the drug lab to improve our projects. This metallurgy takes a while, but it will be ready next turn, and then we will be able to introduce another project. It would be advanced tools, or I can move over here and improve my nomads, which should probably be a better move for now, since all I can produce are nomads at this point. Also, let's move. What else we can do here? We've got scouts. I guess our scouts should just move south, away from all this commotion over here. So we'll do just that. Oh, of course. Well, let's send them over here for now. It's a good thing that they can move on such long distances. This makes them harder to hit. Okay, our builder still has to wake. And we've got a new nomad, which is not a moment too soon, since we'll need to deal with these thieves over here, those thieves. Okay, so let's finish the turn for now, and let's see what the Wastelanders will do. Now, of course, we can see what the other factions are doing, since they are somewhere over here on the silk. Oh, whoa. Well, that was unnecessary. The other factions are still on the somewhere in this dark places of the map that still need to be explored first before we can find them. Oh, great! So now we've got a rebellion on our hand. As you can see, we've got a rebel units that spawn in our base. Thankfully, we've got these nomads over here, so they will have to get rid of them, and we'll need to do something with our builders. We'll move them back so they are protected from the attacks, because I still need some more food. It will take 2 more turns before we can place a watchtower over here. So well, we will do just that, and then we'll see what's going to happen next. Well, our scouts are still alive. Too bad our nomads are dead. Let's go to these ruins. Maybe we can find something. Fresh water. Well, unfortunately, I'm already at my limit, so that's not gonna. Oh no, actually no, it's not a freshwater resource. It will bring back strength and energy to our unit. Max AP +3. That's great. So they will have more action points in their next turn. That's a very good news, considering all those enemies nearby. And here we got our gyrocopter, and we'll probably need to move back. Well, actually, we can kill them. I can also press space to immediately see all the health points and names of the units. So we will kill, hopefully with one shot now, these thieves, and then we will run away some more. So let's do this. Yes, and now you can see I've got my first experience point. Just 2 more, and then I can level up my unit. Then I would be able to either upgrade its health points or action points, or maybe attack power, or maybe defense, or maybe movement range. But it's still a long way to go, and well, it first needs to survive. So let's go back to the base. And our builders, well, yeah, they well, actually, let's place a building over here. No, not over here. I made a mistake, a rookie mistake. I went outside of my borders. Most buildings, except for the watchtower, can only be placed inside your borders. And well, I won't be able to build anything in here. So for now, I'm just gonna have to wait. And oh yeah, we've got metallurgy, which gave us a ironworks building, which gives us access to some more, some new and better units. Let's go with. We can either unlock scientists or improve our nomads. For the time being, I will go with the nomad. There's just too many enemies all around us, and we are producing nomads. Well, thankfully, this nomad is standing on a watchtower. Every unit that is on the same hex as the watchtower regains some of its health points. and now we should be able to kill them. Yeah, as you can see, again, experience points gained. Now this sign means that a builder that I was producing over here is incapable of well, popping out, since the hex is already busy. Some other unit is on this hex. That means that that my builder will show up on the next turn, will try at least show up on the next turn. If the hex will be free, then he will show up over here. If not, then he will have to wait another turn. So I will move my nomad over here so the builder can spawn in the next turn. Now we've got these thieves still over here. What else? There's okay, well, hopefully these scouts at the very least should divert the attention of these units, and they will probably go after them. So if nothing else, they will serve us at least in this way. Well, this will leave us only the little thief, which we should be able to easily defeat. Well, maybe not easily, but we should be able to defeat them. Thankfully, again, our gyrocopters can hit and run, so it hits and then it runs. I will send him to the watchtower so he can regain some of his health points. Now let's place a building finally, while we still can. We really need some more food. This food is not serving us well, but okay, let's wait one more turn, so then finally we can place the watchtower over here. So we will wait one more turn. I don't want to waste more food for now. Well, actually, maybe I can spend one point. Alright, we can place a pigsty, and then we'll have 10 in the next turn, and we will finally be able to place a new watchtower over here. Now another useful ability that our builders have in their utility bar is building upgrade. Now if we were to upgrade a watchtower, for example, this will increase the number of hexes we claim all around it. So if I were to place a watchtower over here and then upgrade it, instead of gaining control of only these hexes, I would gain control of these hexes over here as well. And that's probably what we will do in the future in this game. We can also repair damaged buildings, demolish damaged buildings. Well, not necessarily damaged, just demolish buildings, but this action is mostly used to destroy ruins. If you want to place a building over here, first you need to destroy the existing ruins. We can also extract resources, but this will require another project. And then there's skip turn and sleep, which, well, for now we'll just skip turn. And we will need to well, okay, let's go over here. Let's see if we can find something in here. There's +2 water, which is nice. And move away, and hopefully they will follow. Maybe over here. We'll see. Now we can finally place our new watchtower control point that provides supervision of the surrounding areas, which also increases manpower. And now, as you can see, we have expanded onto these areas. Also, I have not mentioned this, but as you can see, watchtowers have these little red shields around them. That means that they have health points, but they cannot attack, at least not on the level first. I will send this builder over here and I will improve that watchtower, so all the incoming attacks from these wastelanders placed over here will be reflected. Our watchtower will fight and they will try to repel the attacks, which is as you can see, a good spot, since this is the only way to get into the center of my base. So if I have this protected, I should be on the clear, at least from this side. So we will do that probably next turn, right? 8-8. Oh, maybe not. Well, I guess in 2 more. Okay, so 2 more turns and we will improve the watchtower and make it level 2. Now for now, let's send other units around. Now what to do with our scouts? We will try to send them. We will try and make them sneak up, sneak behind between the enemy units over there and move maybe somewhere in here. Let's try that. Oh, okay, I forgot about these guys. Well, that's not really such a smart place to be. Let's go over here. Oh yeah, another one. But at least they are buying time for our defenses over here until we got the watchtower at level 2. We got our nomads. In the meantime, we can already send our builders, so they, whenever we got resources, they can already place buildings. They are already in positions. You don't need to waste action points on them. Also, these barracks need to be placed. I mean, we will have to place a new barracks somewhere over there. We don't want to travel all the way from there with our nomads. We need nomads somewhere in here, maybe. And our scouts, will they survive? Ah, no, they will not. There's plenty of them. Maybe I should. We need one more turn, and then we should be on the clear with the level 2 watchtower. Maybe I will send a gyrocopter back so we can heal a little more. And well, we will not be building anything for now. Let's just, I already moved nomads, so right. So we wait one more turn and then we make an upgrade to the watchtower. And then we've got junkyard, which is very good. Our nomads just gain their raw power action. And now we can have either +1 attack or let's go with +1 attack. Whoa, whoa. Well, there goes our nomads. Let's do this first. Let's upgrade our building. As you can see, we expanded our borders. And now, if you click in here, you can see that our watchtower can attack. So it will support our nomads. And we've got our gyrocopter over here. It heals slowly. And when they come, we will be ready. We will defeat them. And we will move further down the line, further down the map, or maybe somewhere in here or in here, and find the enemies and destroy them all for the glory of the steel punk.